Hi there. Welcome back to another episode of What's Your Story? Tonight we are sitting down with our favorite restaurant owner, front of house manager, Yazmin. And you can tell us your last name because I will butcher it.
Thank you, Mary Lou. Thank you for having me. My name is Yazmin Saraya Jean.
Okay, good. I'm glad you said it. So we are so excited that you're here. We love everything about you guys. And
Thank
we're
you.
so happy for your success
Thank you.
because you started out at a very tough time, right?
It was certainly not the plan to open during a pandemic, but the good thing is that we're here, we're standing, and we're still smiling.
Yeah, you made it through, and that was just wonderful. So before you got to Kennebunkport, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Mexico City.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Mexico City. I did my culinary internship in Madrid. And then I went back, finished college, and then I knew I wanted to see more of the world, learn.
Okay.
Traveling has always been a big passion for me. And honestly, it was one of the biggest things about me going to culinary school.
Okay.
Because I quickly learned growing up with a very diverse family that food can bring people together no matter what country you're coming from, where are you coming from, who you are. It's one thing that can bring people together.
Yeah.
So that was very appealing to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, food is the language that we all speak.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided to go to culinary school and went to Madrid for my internship, went back to Mexico City, and when I graduate, I worked in Mexico City for a little while for a few chefs, and then I decided to move to the US for my first venture.
So when was that?
2012, December 2012.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where did you meet your husband, Kyle?
I met him in Aspen. That was my first stop. So I wasn't expecting to stay in the US for this long. And but I fell in love and life had other plans for me.
Yeah.
And I met him in Aspen, Colorado at the Little Nell.
Yeah.
And never left.
Now were you a pastry chef there? Is that?
Yeah. So I went to school for culinary school, but I was always more drawn to pastry, baking. I love making bread. I find it very relaxing.
Wow.
So even though I went for culinary arts and business administration, I loved desserts and baking. So all my jobs, I specifically chose them on baking or pastry. Yeah.
I could never be a baker because I don't measure anything.
Wow.
It just all goes in the bowl and mix up, and that's it. And that's bad.
It's funny because you do have to measure and be very precise on a lot of things. But once you learn like the basis of it, you can have a lot of freedom with it. You're going to use the same basis, but then you can do your own creations, your own flavors. And so, yeah, it's funny. In a way, it makes me think a little bit about cocktails. The same way you learn like the basics of cocktails, but then you can start creating your own things as long as you respect those percentages or those bases.
Yeah. Oh. I do like to make a cocktail.
It's very similar to baking.
I don't measure. I'm just kidding. So now you have a steady group of people that work for you. I've seen, you have great staff.
Thankfully.
And what are your hours these days?
So during the off season, we are always Wednesday through Sunday. We open at 5:00 and our last reservation is 8:30.
Okay.
And then the kitchen doesn't close until the last person in the restaurant is done.
Okay.
And then this is the first summer we open 7 days a week. And then for we call it like almost the shoulder season, which would be after Memorial Day till July. And then September and October, we open 6 days a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you are not at work, do you like to go out to eat? Do you like to cook at home?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
We love seeing what new things are going around town. Kyle is honestly the expert about finding the best places, no matter where we are in the world. I always like, how did you find this? Like
Yeah.
sometimes we'll go to a parking lot in Thailand.
Mhm.
I'm like, how did you find this? But he always finds new places, and even if you're in a culture that has nothing to do with French cuisine, it's always food for thought.
Mhm,
You know, you
mhm.
can always take notes either about the food, the ingredients, or even about how people are interacting with
Yeah.
you or certain decoration. I mean, it's a little bit of a hazard. My mind just never stops, even when I'm having fun.
I bet.
But we love going out to eat for that reason. But also, there's something about cooking at home
Yeah.
and just cooking comfort food.
Yeah, yeah.
We love cooking Mexican cuisine, a lot of Asian. We love Asian cuisine. And we also love, one of my grandpas was Syrian. So we cook quite a bit of
Oh, wow. Okay.
Arabian cuisine.
Yeah. So speaking of grandpa, how big is your family? Do you come from a lot of siblings or?
I have one, I'm the oldest,
Okay.
and then I have a brother and a sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they into the culinary arts?
Oh, no,
also?
no.
No?
My brother's an economist and my sister's a nutritionist.
Oh, okay.
So quite opposite.
Yeah, yeah. But do they get to visit you?
Yeah. My brother lives in Mexico City as well, and he doesn't come that often, but I go once a year.
Okay.
And my parents come once a year. And my sister lives in France, so she comes once a year, and I go once a year to go
Oh,
see her.
how nice.
Yeah.
So Kyle mentioned when we were talking with him, he's a surfer. Do you surf?
I do surf. I
Uh-huh.
wish I was a better surfer. But I enjoy it. I enjoy very much being on the outdoors, in the ocean.
Mhm.
You know, there's something about just being there by yourself
Yeah.
with your own thoughts. And honestly, I think that surfing teaches you a lot about life.
Mhm,
It's a very
mhm.
humbling sport. You gotta run the ups and downs of the waves, and sometimes you have an amazing day, and the next day not so much.
Yeah.
I don't love the cold water. I
Uh-huh.
struggle with that a little bit. For some reason, I always surf a lot better when we're in tropical waters.
Yeah. So now I see you work a lot. You work a lot of hours.
We do.
You're always thinking, but when you have time off, like you said that you like to travel, do you have anything coming up? Any trips that you're taking?
Yeah, we take turns. He picks 1 year, I pick 1 year.
Okay.
So this is my year, and we're going to Japan.
Oh.
We're gonna go skiing and just eat some. We love Japanese food, so we're very excited about that. Yeah, and we just honestly, the list is endless.
Yeah.
There's just never been to a place in the world where truly I've been disappointed, or everywhere we go that everybody asks like, how's the people? They're always awesome, always amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot
that's
about
'cause
how
you're
you
amazing.
Thank you. I think it's a lot about your attitude towards people, how it comebacks,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But anywhere we've been, even if we don't speak the language, there's always something awesome we bring back with us.
Yeah, that's so great. Our producer Mike Kelly has been to Japan, so
okay.
Will this be your first time there?
First time.
Okay, so you might want to get some tips from him.
We will definitely meet with him for some tips.
A few of our folks around here have been a few times, and yeah, they talk about how wonderful, beautiful, and besides the food, but just the, being in the space.
Yeah, that's definitely a very different culture.
Yeah, yeah. So now you've got some specials going on during Prelude and at Christmas time. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've got coming up?
Yeah, we're actually, so we're open Christmas Eve. New Year's Eve is one of my personal favorite menus, because that's when Kyle goes all out. All the fancy things that maybe we don't do throughout the year, they make an appearance on New Year's Eve. So that's always one of the favorites for me. But this is the first year. So we always do Noel Evan on a Thursday during Prelude. This is the second Thursday. Honestly, that one is for our locals.
Okay.
We do that event specifically for our locals to be able to go out and be festive, celebrate, but a little bit without the crowds.
Okay.
So that event is very much for our local community.
Okay.
And that one is 3 courses with wine pairing. So it's
Okay.
always an opportunity to try maybe a different wine that we normally wouldn't have on our menu or something like that. And then this is the first year that we're doing brunch on both Saturdays during Prelude. Everybody is asking us to do brunch again because when we did it for a little bit, and now we only do it on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So this year we're giving it a try, and maybe giving an opportunity to some of our locals that have been asking for it to come and try the brunch menu.
And so we would go on to the Resi app or Open Table.
Open Table.
Yeah. And just make a reservation for. And how late in the day on that Saturday?
So
you tell them like thinking about coming.
I believe that the first reservation is 9:30, and then the last one is 1:00.
Okay.
But we don't close at 1:00. That's just the last reservation.
Okay.
But we need a little bit of time to close and be ready for dinner.
Right? That's right. And the last few years have been really crazy around here for Prelude. So do you have any ideas of? I mean, have you received reservations already?
Oh, Prelude. People start reaching out in July.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like sometimes we have to tell us like, we don't even have it set it up yet. But that I think it's one of the events that people now becomes a tradition. They keep coming back year after year with their friends, their families. So yeah, it's honestly, it's flattering that people are planning that much ahead and that they want to join us. So I love the excitement. We're pretty grateful for the community we're in.
It is a nice community.
Everybody asks me, what is it like from being in Portland going to Kennebunkport? And every time I'm like, amazing.
Yeah.
We felt the love in so many different ways since we opened. Like it's almost like the community has been invested in Chez Rosa as much as we have. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Where'd you come up with the name?
So Chez means in French, place off or home off. And Rosa is the combination of my husband's last name and my last name, Robinson and Saraya. So it's welcome to our place, like welcome to our home.
I love that.
Because we wanted that very homey vibe, like of a bistro, where it's casual enough, where you can come in if you had a hard day at work. But if you want to do it all out and want to come in and celebrate something, you can do that too. But we wanted it to be a place that the community felt like you were going to a friend's house or to a family member house.
Well, I think you've nailed it because that's how we feel when we go in.
That's
right,
awesome.
Mike? Yeah. It's, exactly. And when you walk through the door, you're so welcoming.
Thank you.
And there's hustle bustle, but you always make us feel welcome. So,
well,
great job.
Truly, our community makes it easy. Like I feel like a lot of our guests have become close to us, like almost like friends.
Yeah.
And we're pretty grateful about it. It's an awesome feeling.
Yeah. So Christmas Eve, do you have a lot of reservations?
Christmas Eve gets really busy.
Okay.
Because I think everybody is getting ready. Everybody is busy already for Christmas.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be able to go out, have someone else do the cooking.
Yeah.
And that's when all families are showing up. So Christmas Eve, we don't do a tasting menu because it's more big families just wanting to have a bite and then head out to whatever they're doing next. So it's just a regular a la carte, but we do a few holiday specials.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun. Anything you want to share with us? Are you still working on it?
I don't think I'm allowed.
Surprise. Okay. So front of house. So you take care of ordering, reservations, the bar, like.
Not anymore.
Okay.
When we first opened, completely front of the house was me and Kyle was the back of the house. Now we have a bar manager.
Okay.
And we have an assistant general manager, which I'm extremely grateful for. The bar manager takes care of all the ordering for the liquor.
Yeah.
And then the assistant general manager takes care of all the wine stuff.
Okay.
I do take care of all the reservations, all the marketing, hiring, and basically the HR person. What else on my daily basis? All the accounting and finances, I take care of that too.
That's a lot.
Yes. When I look back, I don't know how I we did it at the beginning without
Uh-huh.
those other managers helping.
Yeah.
And now I look back and I'm like, wow, we were a little crazy.
Yeah.
But it's been fun. It's been fun.
Yeah. Well, we're so glad that you're right in the neighborhood, and we wish you continued success.
Thank you.
It's really just such a pleasure to always get a reservation over there, and it's so delicious and so welcoming. And anyway, keep
Thank
up
you.
the good work.
We love having you as neighbors. So we're grateful for you.
So yes, and I hope Prelude is, I hope it goes well, and then you get to take a little bit of time off after for Japan. So
Thank
yeah,
you. Thank you so
that
much,
will
Mary
be
Lou.
fun. Safe travels.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you all for being with us. We hope to see you next time. Thanks to Mike Kelly for producing our show. And yeah, we hope you have a great night. Thank you.